his statement, he doesn't clear up any misinformation. It's just behavior that so misinformation thinks he's clearing up with it.
Is this on? Is this work? Oh, yeah, it is. Nice. Alrighty, another day and another dollar. We are just kind of hanging out here at I'm gonna make this a little bigger. We're just kind of hanging out here at just here, really the middle of the range. Opening at VWAP is not my favorite because usually that means some stagnation on the day. We have two really good entries though here. One here and then one here. If we can get a strong close above either or, I would really like both of those entries. Aside from that, I mean, another entry would be down here, the bottom, a break of this. I feel like a break of that would definitely produce some sort of strength down there to the downside, which would promote the short. Ideally, I really like this one. Ideally, this one right here plays. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see which one. If we end up getting either, we could just get neither and both get invalidated, which is never my favorite. But what am I gonna do about it? We really are just hanging out in the middle of the range here, which is fine, because all that means is that when we finally break out of this little range we're stuck in right now, it'll hopefully be pretty strong and hopefully be pretty concrete in the direction that we're wanting to go in for the day. Okay, we're breaking down low here. I mean that this is a pretty nice short right here. This one right here. As long as you get a good close down below, I don't think I mind this. Problem is getting the strong close. It's been our biggest issue as of late. Point of control flipped down there. That's a pretty strong trade, in my opinion. Playing on this wick, playing on the 5 minute wick. Point of control flipped down here.
Order filled.
Oh, there's our fill. Let's see if we get either instantly stopped out here, because we might just get sucked back into the range. Nice rejection. I'm definitely moving
Stop filled.
at least my one of them. Um, I moved my one funded on down just because I mean I have to after we get that close to being stopped out, I always love moving it break even after the fact. Like right here. I'm moving all of this.
Stop filled.
Cool. That's fine. That's what sucks about that is that's been the trend as of late, and that really fucking that's been pretty annoying. Is that a lot of my entries have been producing break evens, and I don't know if maybe if I'm just being too tight on my trade or Um, yeah, because I mean, like this is gonna that fills out. That does end up filling. Uh, Not quite actually. It almost does. But that's been the trend as of late with a lot of my trades is we move, um, and then we just don't get, you know, we get pretty close to the fill, then we don't get the fill, and then we get the break even, and like, I don't know, man. It's frustrating because I spent all last week taking break even trades, and then I took one trade, and that one trade ended up being an L. Not that one trade. It took like what, 9 break evens last week? I took nine trades. I'll say it like this. 9 trades last week. 8 of those trades will break even. One of those trades was a full loser, but that full loser just eradicated all of my break evens, and then it eradicated the whole week just because I just couldn't manage to get a actually strong fill. A full 10 points in my direction. I keep getting full 10 points and not not my direction. It's pretty frustrating. Not gonna lie. That one was scary, and I won't lie. That I honestly thought I was gonna get a full stop right there, which is pretty nice that I didn't. It's pretty nice that I ended up going uh for just a break even right here. Like maybe I gotta lower my TP. Like maybe instead of going for 10 points, I go for like 9.75 or something like that. I don't know. This is juice. I really like this trade right here. If we could get a strong close here, honestly. The only thing that scares me is that this is the middle of the range. This is the middle of where we've been at, but I always like taking trades on this little 1 minute wick right here. A strong close here would be really nice, and then I'll take that trade. 1 minute closes up here. Maybe this candle closes up here. Even if it doesn't, I mean, with our moving average right here, this is pretty nice. I think I'll attempt that. Just because we've also got the moving average there. Doesn't look like we'll get the fill here. We might just pop. I mean, yeah. Candle comes down here. I could see a wick here happening. Wick us right back up to the top. A little funky. And now if this candle prints here, I'm taking it off. I'm not, I hate when it gets like right there and then prints and then burst out of there.
Order filled.
Oh, we got filled on one contract. My other one didn't even get filled at all. I'm just gonna take that off. This is break
Order
even.
filled.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened here? What happened here?
Order filled.
I'm just gonna get out of that. I don't care. I waited for that to get above the break even point there. Um, 'Cause that filled us out after the fact. I mean, that's what? If I would have gone here, that would have still been break even right there on this one right here. I took that other trade off just 'cause I didn't. I mean, maybe I'm just being too tight with my. Maybe I am just being too tight with my stuff. What sucks about this though is that in being too tight, I mean, right here, this didn't end up working out and it went against us. So being tight here helped us out. Being tight here did not help us out because we were too tight. we ended up actually going in the direction that we wanted with, first we took the break even hit here though, and it's tough. It's a tough conundrum because there's also been many a times where because of how tight I am, it does end up saving me from like full stops and stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know if I gotta change something. I don't know if I just keep doing what I'm doing. I don't know if I gotta change the aggression on my stop. It is also the middle of the range. Maybe that's the big problem is playing in the middle of the range. I don't know. I'll take one more. If one more chance shows itself, I'll take that last one and I'll call it a day there. Maybe I should do some kind of trailing stop. Like what if I did like some sort of stop where it's like trade goes um I don't know, let's say 50% on our way. It moves 5 points down from the bottom, so we're not taking a full stop if it does end up going against us, rather just 5 points. And then if a trade goes 8 to 9 ticks in profit, it'll move from, I don't know. I think I just keep doing what I'm doing, and because I mean it's worked. I've gotten 3 funded accounts off of it. I really need to stop trying to rewrite everything just because it goes awry once or twice. Not once or twice. I mean, statistically, it was like 12 times now at this point, where I've gotten filled close to TP, no TP, and instead just straight break even, which kinda sucks. Not gonna lie, but I guess it's okay. Where even is point of control? Oh, it's here. Um, this if this closes up here, that'll turn into a wick test, and I don't mind that too much. It's a little scary because it's the top of the range here, so we can get sucked back in pretty easily. This trade just got invalidated right here. We still have this one up here if we get a strong enough push up there. But here's the push. Nice push. I mean, that's a good push right there. This looks pretty juice. I thought it looked pretty juice. Looks like we're not gonna end up getting that strong close there. And then we've got this one down here, which I actually don't think is that bad either. With VWAP here too. It's just a little sketch. Especially because we have a fat order block down lower. These little wicks right here usually end up working, or they usually... It's either they end up working, or we slap through them super hard. Well, that would have been the fill. Here's VWAP to help us. This trade right now... I mean, in theory right now, this trade is working out. We would have been moved break even right here. Yeah, this would have been break even move. So it's risk off. So that doesn't end up working. This wick ends up working. The VWAP here support ends up what ends up helping us out. I'm just, oh my God, like why can't I? What am I doing? We slapped through that pretty hard too. That would have been a scary trade. Then it's like we got this on the 5 minute. I do really usually like the wick toss on the 5 minute. That ends up working out pretty well most of the time. Don't know if we'll end up getting down there. This works out. This up here would be a nice trade if we could get up there. That probably was our play, was right here. We pushed through VWAP pretty strongly, sitting it there, taking that, called it a day. But I mean, I think today this was probably our best. This was probably our best entry, just because you had VWAP inside of this too, which is VWAP always increases our probability pretty high. Just because the VWAP bounce is always juice. Maybe instead of going for this, I should have gone for the VWAP bounce. I don't know. I don't know. What I didn't like about this was the fact that the candle 1 minute looked really dirty, but I always forget that my entries are on the 44 range chart for a reason. I gotta keep reminding myself that. Although it's really nice to have these pairings here, absolutely, but the entries are always on the 44 range chart for a reason. There is a reason I do that, and I just haven't been respecting that reason. Alright, I'm not doing this. I missed, um, not missed. I took two break evens back to back. I missed this trade right here. That was probably our best entry today. Now we're slowing down, just grinding up. I'm not gonna lose my mind over this. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking FOMO out and stuff. There's just no reason to. I'm ending it here early. I don't really want to deal with the market right now. My, what would it be called? My emotional battery, emotional capital is just gone. One, two, three. Especially after Friday, taking that full stop on Friday just really killed some of my momentum. And I just don't feel like continuing to put myself with that emotional distress here. Especially because this is like, no, absolutely not. If this is what we're doing, we're just gonna fuck around a little bit, pop, not even pop, barely pop, fuck around a little bit, do nothing. Yeah, no, absolutely not. I'm not doing it.